Hello, YouTube. So I just got a haircut. If you just watch, I don't know, my hair. I used to have a little bit more hair, so I just recently got a haircut today. I went. So there's a third barber. I don't know if you can hear me, but the barber that I went to today is a third barber. I used to go to a different barber. Then we fell apart. He fell out, and he said, so he was too greedy, so I chose to go to a different barber, and now somebody, the authorities, they said that he doesn't have his barber's license, so they put him out of business in that location specifically. So I'm going to a different one in the same area who does have his license, and it's a different person. And he gave me, I showed him a picture of what I wanted, but he left a little bit more hair at the top. Um, I think uh, he's not too strict about making it the most perfect haircut. So, but at least like I got enough hair. I look good. He took care of this though. He took care of the sides, so that's good, and the back too. And but the top, I had to ask him to make it good, and yeah, he did all right. And I told him specifically I'm getting bald, so I don't wanna I didn't wanna take too much off the top. Maybe he literally he took the words pretty literally because I'm not getting bald yet. I'm still growing hair at the top, so but it's okay. It looks fine, in my opinion. Uh, Maybe it's been so long since I had got a haircut. Maybe I just don't. I'm 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 like I'm not, the feeling is not there. Like I'm getting used to getting fresh haircut. So, but today I just wanted to do like my gliding technique. Um, it's developed over the last year. I haven't had to use it as much because I use my water fed pole. I use my gliding window cleaning squeegee when I'm cleaning the inside. I used to do it for the outside too, but no, it's not. It's good for the winter time or fall when it's cold and it's not. It doesn't dry. The water doesn't dry as fast. But during the hot seasons, uh, it's better to use the water fed pole. So I use primarily the water fed pole. On the inside, I always use the squeegee. So, but I have developed my technique a little bit. I used to just do straight down, and that one has I developed my technique to do a little bit, go sideways first and then down. That way, I keep the soap from coming down from the top of the cells. So let me just show you on the window. I'm trying to develop it further so I can do the whole window without stopping. That's the goal. And in order to do that, I have to have like very mobile wrist. I have to have a whole range of motion. So I'll just show you physically as I talk. So here is the window I'm going to practice on. It's my window. You can see me. Okay, as long as you can see the window, primarily. You can use a bucket or you can use a squeeze bottle. I use a squeeze bottle, just easier. I don't want to carry a bucket around. And I also use a non-abrasive pad instead of using a sponge, because why would I need a sponge if I can just do the same thing with a non-abrasive pad? I'm just spraying out the soap and making sure it gets a good scrub. And then I take a towel and a squeegee, make sure it's dry. So the way I used to do it is just like this. Like this, I go to start on the right, straight down. That's how I did it before. Clean it, clean the squeegee so it's dry. Then I do this, do a little bit, tilt the squeegee a little bit so it doesn't leave a trail on the glass. No trail, no marks from the squeegee. And then at the last part, this is pretty easy, very easy to learn. Go on the end and do this. Tilt the squeegee a little bit. Hopefully no marks. Only problem with this is that there's a bunch of soap here at the top of the sill. And I have to actually take a towel and go here, which I have to go all the way around, but I don't like as much soap is at the top, because if I don't clean it fast enough, it just comes down and drips and creates a trail of soap all the way down. So this is what I do now. I developed it a little bit more. So here, my squeegee's dry. You take my pad. Get a good soap going. Make sure there's enough water so it slides, the squeegee slides easy and the soap doesn't stick around. I don't get any streaks after I use the squeegee. I want to make sure, so I make sure there's enough water. Water's our friend. Because we're using the squeegee to remove it. So I put it here. So this is how I do it currently. Like currently on the inside, I start here. Go at an angle, corner, and then go down. Then clean it. If I were on the outside, I would just do this and get rid of most of the soap and then clean it. Okay, now I go on here at a tilt. I don't go all the way from the top. I just go from the soap, where the mark is, where the soap starts. Clean it. And then I go here, go at an angle. Very similar technique. But the thing here, it doesn't leave any soap at the top. There's no soap at the top as much. Well, there's soap there, but not as much as before. So then, after I do that, I clean the frames. The soap. With the dry towel, mind you. I'm trying to get rid of the water and not bring more water onto the glass. The glass is clean as is. Just need to make sure the frames are dry. Okay, there's a bunch of soap here. I don't use the dry towel for that. I use a wet towel or a more wet towel. Clean this off. I switch my towels every so often, just to make sure they stay relatively dry. I don't want wet towels, even for the squeegee, because I want it to stay dry. So I don't want this to be wet. If this is wet, this is going to be wet. So I want to make sure this is dry as well. So sometimes I have 3 towels, one for absorbing the water, one for the squeegee, and then one for the frames. But right now I just have 2 towels for now. So this is how I clean the windows. You can see there is no spots on the glass. The frames are also dry. No streaks as well, which is important because if I keep this squeegee straight, it might leave a streak. But if I tilt it like this, I make sure there's no streaks. So I do that with every window. I want to develop, like I was saying, I want to develop my technique a little bit more. So I just do it one time. I don't clean it every time. I don't stop, but I just do it one time. That's a little bit more difficult. This is how traditionally the professionals do it. I'm going to show you how the professionals do it, and I'm going to try to do it the same way, but I don't usually do it that way. So this is how the professionals do it. Nice lather on the window. Okay. So this is how the professionals do it. I developed my technique from how the professionals do it, but I don't do it exactly like they do. So they start from the corner, go up like this. So you can see it's a little more difficult. And there's a problem here. All the soap on this side. There's a streak right here. There's a streak right here. So the way the professionals do it is a little bit more complicated. They do it without, taking the squeegee off the glass. But there's all these streaks. And I don't like streaks because now I have to actually get rid of them with a towel. Which, if the towel isn't dry, it leaves marks. And when the glass dries and the sun shines through the window, you can see where the towel was used on the glass. You can see it. You want to use a towel very minimally. You don't want to use it too much. So that's why I don't use the professional method. It's more likely to leave streaks. But like I said, I want to try to do it the professional way. So like I said, you do it like this, and then you go up the iceberg. So the whole thing is like, okay, now when you do this here is clean. For some reason, they go back up and create a streak right here. And that's a technique that I haven't mastered yet without creating a streak. I'm gonna try to show you my technique for using the water-fed pole, because that's my primary method of creating income is using the. So this is my first video. I'm gonna do a second video because this one is long enough. So we'll do a sequel after this one to show you how I do the water-fed pole method. If you watched up to this point, thank you. I want to say I love you, and remember to do the hard thing, especially when you don't feel like it.